This video is sponsored by BigMarleyMMA.com. Kyle Marley is up over 250 units in the last 2+ years on his premium bets. Go to BigMarleyMMA.com and use the coupon code PROSPICKS at checkout. That will get you 10% off his weekly packages.
I think Khabib is amazing and really good pressure on his ground game. His ground game is the best until now. He never gets beaten, he's undefeated. I don't see he lost this fight, but I know everybody can be knocked out, One hand can change everything, but Khabib is a really tough guy. But I think Justin have a lot of power as well and good chance to knock him out. But if Khabib press him and don't give me space and time to think about, so it's gonna be a lot of pressure as always. So I think ground game Khabib can be beaten, but I think on this fight, if his mental health is good, if he's ready to fight, as always, he's gonna beat Gaethje again,
I think you have to go with Khabib because he has already faced guys like Gaethje. Gaethje had a phenomenal performance against
Tony Ferguson.
Tony Ferguson. So he stand out with that fight, but you have to give it to Khabib in this fight.
Dude, Khabib has got a lot to fight for right now. But, dude, I don't know. I'm a Gaethje believer. I got to watch him. Well, I didn't get to watch him because I was over getting stitches and stuff, getting my face x-rayed after the fight. But after I got to hear about, how he dominated him, and then I watched it the next day, and I was like, yeah, dude, I'm a believer. I'm a Gaethje guy. No homo.
Ooh, bro. As a fan, I'm just glad it's happening. But if I had to be honest, I think Gaethje's gonna get it, man. And the reason I say that, as big as a fan as I'm Khabib, I'm a fighter first, and I gotta look at it from a fighter standpoint. The weapons that Gaethje brings into the fight, Khabib's got a lot of stuff to stand in front of with Gaethje, man. He's a dog. And he can grapple, and I feel like his wrestling could hold up, and if he can catch Khabib in some exchanges and catch Khabib, waiting in front of him, trying to find that takedown and that entry, he can hurt Khabib. And I think that that's going to be the difference in the fight. Can Justin keep his distance and let his hands go? And, is he going to be able to be the same Gaethje that we're used to? That Gaethje that just sits down in the pocket and throws. Or is Khabib going to counteract that, take him down, and hold him against the cage and, kind of grind on him? So I'm excited to see that one, man. I will definitely be, all eyes, all ears when that one pops off on 24th.
I'm going to go ahead and take the underdog. I'm going to go with Gaethje. I'm a Gaethje fan, and, I'd like to see him pull off the upset. I guess we're going to see how good his wrestling really is. Everyone talks about how good it is, but I think he can knock Khabib out, especially if his wrestling holds up.
Oh, that I've gone back and forth. I like both those guys. They're both great guys, both great fighters. Both still up and coming. They ain't even close to their peak yet. They're getting better and better. And like I said, both great guys. And Khabib has been unstoppable pretty much. And I gotta take a long shot, and I see an upset. I think he's gonna catch him. He's gonna catch him with some good shots, put him in, get him stumbling a little bit, and finish him off with some shots. Whether it be punches or kicks, and the ref's gonna have to call it off.
I gotta go Khabib. I'm a big fan of Khabib, and I don't see Gaethje beating Khabib, but it's no, it is no in this sport we cannot say anything, but I'm really going for Khabib.
Yeah, Colorado guy. So of course I'm going to be pulling for Gaethje. Extremely tough. Another guy. He's a twin. I'm a twin. So it's just a special place that I have for a guy like that. And watching him compete, my God, it's a barn burner every time. He always raises the hair on your arms and puts on a fantastic performance every single time he steps in there. Khabib is just on another level, man. The guy's never lost. He's never been in danger. He's just completely dominant in every single aspect of the MMA game. So, it's hard to go against a guy like Khabib. Of course, I'm hoping that Gaethje can pull it off, but I don't know, man. the fans are going to win in that fight because it's going to be awesome. I'm excited to see what Gaethje does when somebody tries to wrestle him, because he has the wrestling background, but you never see it in his fights. And earlier in his career, it always bugged me. It's like, dude, why don't you just take this guy down and pound him out? But, kudos to him. He's a guy that goes in there and fights for the fans and lays it all on the line. So, I'm pulling for the Colorado boy and the twin and Gaethje, but I think Khabib's probably going to win.
First off, you have Gaethje, who has great footwork, great power, and great defensive wrestling. So those are huge attributes to beat Khabib. But at the same time, you have Khabib, who's 29 now, 28 now, and just does what he does. And I don't think Gaethje's gonna be able to stop that for 5 rounds. So I think Khabib's still gonna do what he does. I think he's gonna hold Gaethje down, beat him up. I think Gaethje will get up. I think it'll be a little bit tougher of a fight than like against Conor or something like that. But yeah, I still got Khabib winning. I'd like to see Gaethje sleep him just because he's 28 now. Not I just think it's gonna be a good fight no matter what. I think the fans are gonna win, but I still think Khabib's gonna come out on top.
I don't know. I don't think anybody really knows, right? Because you could say, like, obviously Gaethje had. So the big thing with Khabib is how big he is. I think he is way bigger than people realize. Like people think that, they think, oh, he's big and he's strong. I don't think they really quite get it, and the wrestling aspect of it, like that's where I think the weight makes the biggest difference, right? So Khabib is he's really like a welterweight fighting, Gaethje, who's a 55 or a lightweight. So I think probably Khabib is probably going to take him down and hold him down and beat him up. But Gaethje's crazy, right? He's gonna rip leg kicks. He's just gonna be a maniac. And Khabib has generally broken people in the first, second round. I think back to the Michael Johnson fight. Like Michael Johnson was tagging him in the first round. Like he was doing really, really well. He wobbled him a little bit, but then Khabib took him down, and then it was a completely different story. Then he kept beating him and just kind of broke his will a little bit, broke his spirit, and then it was all Khabib from that point on. But probably Khabib. Gaethje's crazy, so you might not be able to break him the same way, but Khabib, he's so big, he's so strong, he's so good, and he's not trying to be the most perfectly well-rounded guy. He's going to smash, right? He's going to take you down. He's going to smash you. He's going to hold you, get that control behind your back, get your wrist, and just beat you up. And he's really good.
I don't know. I kind of go back and forth. I mean, I think if I didn't see Gaethje his last fight against Ferguson, I'd be like, oh, definitely Khabib. But I mean, if he fights like he fought Ferguson, then I don't know. I mean, Gaethje's striking looks so good. And it's interesting because although he doesn't use his wrestling, he doesn't get taken down because Gaethje has such good wrestling. So I don't know. I'm kind of leaning more towards Gaethje for this. Like I said, if he fights like he did against Ferguson.
Oh, I hope Gaethje wins. I'm bringing my Team Gaethje shirt. I love Justin, and I would never pick against him. You know what I mean? I know how tough. I know Khabib is so tough, and probably one of the best fighters the UFC has ever seen. And he's another guy, too. It took him forever to get a title shot, right? It took him forever. He had to beat like 37 guys to get a title shot. And I just really hope that Gaethje's the man. And Trevor Whitman is such a good coach as well. I know he's got great sparring partners out there. I think he's working with Usman, right? And so, yeah, I think Justin just has a great chance at becoming the champion. That it would be an amazing upset. And I'm really, really hoping with all my heart that he pulls that off.
I got to go with Khabib, just out of all due respect, but I do honestly think that Gaethje is the toughest fight for him stylistically that he's had, and I just love Gaethje, man. I've been around him. He fought the same night I did in Canada, and I was around. I've just seen his energy on fight day, man. I always remember that this man, you just walk by him and you knew he was ready to kill somebody. So I'm just looking forward for that fight. It's hard for me even to call somebody on that one.
I think Gaethje is going to lose this one, unfortunately. But I'm honestly just so excited to watch the fights. Hopefully they let us in person, or at least I get to watch them at all. They might bus us back to the hotels and be like, oh, sorry, you don't get to watch any of the card. I really don't know.
That's an interesting fight. So I like Khabib. Obviously on paper you want to say Khabib because he's so dominant. He's undefeated. He has that aura on him. But the thing about Khabib, he always just showed that he's just a one-trick pony. He just has grappling experience. It's been how long it's been since his last fight? It's been a while. What he fought beginning of Okay, so hopefully he developed, he got more confidence in his hands. But even still, you don't want to play a game with Gaethje. So honestly, I think Gaethje's going to win it due to having more toolbox. He's just going to have more. He has more in his toolbox, just so much more.
I'm taking Gaethje. I do think Khabib is the greatest lightweight of all times. But I think Gaethje's got his number. I think Khabib's really good at wrestling and taking people down and holding them down. Gaethje, although he doesn't wrestle much in his fights, he's the best wrestler that Khabib's ever fought. I think he'll be able to stuff enough of the shots, get back up enough of the times, and then be able to just light him up on the feet.
I'm taking Gaethje. I don't know. I think he's going to stop some takedowns, and I mean he might get taken down, but I feel like he's gonna be able to get up. I think he's the best wrestler that Khabib has seen and faced that has a lot of big punching power. So I mean, until he kind of was able to take Michael Johnson down, everything, that was kind of one of the closest things. Just fast hands, power, hard to take down. I think Gaethje's wrestling is even better and has more power. So I don't know. I think he's gonna catch him, hurt him, and I think he's gonna put him away.
Thanks for watching this video sponsored by BigMarleyMMA.com. Kyle Marley is up over 250 units in the last 2+ years on his premium bets. Go to BigMarleyMMA.com and use the coupon code PROSPICKS at checkout. That will get you 10% off his weekly packages.